the most annoying thing being the device fragmentation and the software fragmentation, where you have so many API versions and so many things change across API versions. You might implement this beautiful animation and then figure out it doesn't work on these two specific OS levels. And things like storage, something works on certain version, the next version it changes. And I don't really think there is a straightforward workaround to these. It's mostly when you face them that you learn from them and you learn that there are these different things. There is no straightforward guide to know that these are the various things that might be different on different versions and this is how you fix them. One thing we can do is using the kind of version of libraries that always look for these versions of libraries for App Compact, which actually, or now rather the Jetpack set of libraries, which actually backport a lot of the changes. So the Android team is working hard to ensure that whatever APIs you're using, they're consistent. But even then, you might face across a few issues where you don't really know why it's not working on this one particular OS level. And a part of it is just as you build more and more, you start learning about these different things. And that's when you get the experience that, okay, these are the things that might break. But other than that, using the Jetpack version of libraries, I think is the best way.
Yeah, I think everyone has faced it. And right. We are just overcoming every day, every year, every month. But you won't get a clear work around it. So yeah. And Philip or Arnav, you guys have any other experience than fragmentation?
One thing, I completely agree with Shubhrajyoti, so I'll not repeat that part, but because I have been working with other technologies a lot as well, apart from Android, and one thing that does get frustratingly annoying with mobile development is the constraints on very high resource usage for developing these things. So like these days, the most used device that I have is that M1 MacBook. It's a very small device and I can just, pick it and carry everywhere. And it's quite a lot of battery life as well. So it's like 90% of the time, that's the device that I'm using now. And you can do great web development. You can work on backends and a lot of stuff. But, mobile development, you always need to have one of usually very costly and bulky devices. And then if you want to run your emulator, then there are even further constraints. So carrying around at least an Android device is needed. So and then most of the devices heat up a lot. Your battery life reduces a lot if without connecting to a charger. You have to do mobile development. And I've been doing Android development for almost 10 years, like right from when it came out. Since then, I've been doing, and this problem has just kept getting worse. So today, as a mobile developer, you need very high resources to get started with it, which I feel is a bit of an annoying factor. You can't just, quickly pick up a Chromebook kind of a device and start building things on it, which you can do with most other platforms.
Yeah. And also sometimes when you see any issue coming on production and you don't have the same device or same API level within your team or with you, that's quite annoying. But yeah. Yeah, Philip, you were saying something?
I was going to say, well, kind of in a similar manner. Basically, whenever you have something that's external, that's not specific to Android itself, there will be a lot of issues, or you might run into a bunch of issues that are based on other devices or other environments that you use. So, for example, if you're obviously working with a backend solution or something like that, or something that serves you data, you'll have to expect that there's going to be some back and forth there, because the backend team works on their code and their environment, their code base, but it might not always be in line with what you can consume as an Android developer on your side. Another good example here, I think, is working with devices that use sensors or that use other types of information, for example, like Bluetooth and different types of connection. That can also be very flaky. It doesn't work very consistently most of the time, especially if you're working with devices that have very specific measurements, that have very specific ways of serving information. Then you have to know how these devices work specifically, which is not generally your job as an Android developer. So if you're looking to join, or you're looking to work on some Bluetooth devices or IoT stuff, you're going to have to be prepared to have some trial and error there, because there's going to be a lot of things that can go wrong, or a lot of different things that can work differently between two of the same devices, basically. So yeah, just be like mindful of different environments that you're working with, and understand that it's normal that not everything works out of the box when you write the code initially.